The spread's small size meant it proved manageable, and with Cole away so often, this fact was a godsend. Yes, Julia would have preferred more space for their horses, and the 2 barns required urgent fixing, but all in all, nothing would be too daunting over the coming months. Even as the winter took hold, the snow from the mountain tops encroaching downwards to nibble at the outer edges of the field, she felt comfortable and safe. Sometimes, if he was not on duty, Sterling Roose would ride over from town and keep her company. She liked Sterling, and now that he'd completely forgiven her for laying him out cold when she helped Burroughs to escape, they were good friends, sharing stories and laughter over freshly made coffee. She'd feel a tug at her heart when Cole's friend would announce his departure, and she'd stand on the porch watching him disappearing into the distance. She'd previously known long periods of solitude when, married to her late husband, business would keep him away, sometimes for weeks at a time. Of course, back then she did not know what that business was, and she spent her time in quiet pursuits such as reading, embroidery, and taking long walks around their vast ranch. So unlike now, when sleeves rolled up, she'd wash and scrub, fix and mend, no 2 days ever being the same. Sometimes she missed her former life, the peace, the opportunities to contemplate, study the wisdom of ages passed through the many books in the library, but most of the time she relished her new life, except for one thing, the anxiety. Often, Cole would ride into the ranch late in the morning to announce orders had been delivered, orders which meant he'd have to leave again. In any given month, he would be out scouting at least every other week. Usually it was mundane tracking duties. Sometimes horses broken free from army stables, fences rotten and easily knocked through. Sometimes hunting down deserters, of which there were many. But sometimes it was raiders, be they disaffected ex-army or, more worryingly, Indians. She always knew when it was the latter, as Cole could never keep anything from his face. The deep lines of concern written in the creases around his eyes spoke volumes, and she'd feel the tendrils of fear creeping across her back once again. It was during one of his many absences that Julia took the flat wagon into town to pick up supplies. She tended to make the journey every 3 months or so. Although it was not an arduous journey, it was long, and especially with the cold biting so deep, she wished there was some other way to stock up with oats, barley, coffee, beans, and rice. But there wasn't. Unlike her previous life with her husband, there were no servants to help. Cole had made this abundantly clear when he first invited her to his home. "My father has a place," he told her. "It's large, the house well built and decorated to a high standard, but I'm not my father. We went our separate ways, and I chose the army life. It means I'm a man of meager means. My home is simple but comfortable, I guess. I rear horses and manage to sell 1 or 2, but there are no other means, and I haven't much to offer a woman such as you.